Hello, everyone, and welcome back to PAX and Recreation Halloween Edition. And today, as you can imagine, we are going to hit it with some Halloween themed spooks because, well, I mean, it's Halloween already. The spooky season is pretty much over, which is kind of, that thing. It's like Christmas, right? That there's that ramp up to Christmas, and then Christmas happens, and that's it, and then it ends. And with Christmas, you still have like a downtime kind of thing, but with Halloween, you don't, because it's like, depending on where you are in the world, it's like, oh, Halloween, and some countries care more about Halloween than others, right? So it's like, oh, Halloween, creepy stuff, and then it's like Black Friday, right? And immediately goes into like Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Christmas. So like, yeah, that's why now we celebrate in terms of consumerism things earlier and earlier so that you can actually enjoy them, because then you are immediately focused on the next thing. Such as is the case with Magic the Gathering, because today we're opening a special bundle from Magic the Gathering Duskmourn Nightmare Bundle, which has a special name. And even though it's released a week before Halloween, or almost on time for Halloween, and it's a spooky themed set, no one cares, because we're already talking about the spoilers for Foundations. Because consumerism and wizards. And yeah. So, first things first. This is the Nightmare Bundle from Duskmourn House of Horror. And as you can see, is pretty nicely themed as a TV. As a, nice little TV, because although it has like some technical MacGuffins here and there, because Duskmourn is like 50-50. It's like 50% horror theme, horror house kind of thing with these ugly guys right here and that sort of thing. And then the other 50 is like survivors, 80s, movie references. And movie references, I wouldn't care that much. For example, cards like the Mid-Hook Massacre 2, I don't care, because it's like a joke on horror movie titles and so on. So the same way that the Mid-Hook Massacre was kind of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So like, I'm okay with that. I don't mind references when they are like more or less there, right? But then it's like, no, we need to put 80s people and TVs and tech, because we want to put Ghostbusters in here. And, so Poltergeist, people. And this is a reference to Poltergeist, the movie, by the way, in case you are not familiar with it. So as you can see, the first new thing is it has one of those switcher. I don't even know the official name for this. One of these switcheroo things that as kids we got on Pogs and some like deluxe cards and stuff like that. Like you move them and it switches. So you have the logo, you have a specter, and then you have the spooky, so the lady, and then you have the scare, right? Like basically the story is like, it was here what? It was here that I died. Wow. So that's kind of the story. And for comparison, this is an interesting bundle because it's a different one. It's not a gift bundle, which, because maybe they were like, oh, Nightmare fits better, I guess. And because, well, gift bundles are more like Christmas theme, or well, not even Christmas theme. It's more like money theme. If they see that they can make a gift bundle out of it, like the Lord of the Rings, they will, even though it's July. But the size is not the same as a normal bundle, as you can see. So this is a normal bundle from Phyrexia, all will be one, and this is the bundle from Duskmourn. So it's a little smaller on all regards. And, I don't know if this is going to be like the new standard, because Magic nowadays does a lot of these things. Like they try and test new form factors with a product. Test, quote unquote. They basically release it, and from that moment on, everything becomes the new form factor. So like it almost, or like sideways, it's almost as tall as the normal bundle by default, right? And because so far we had like normal bundles, and then we had like special edition bundles, like gift bundle or complete edition, or whatever they want to call it, depending on the set, right? And in this channel we love bundles, so this channel is technically part of Bundle Mania. So this video is technically part of Bundle Mania. So I'm intrigued by this, but are they going to make them smaller from now on? Well, the certain thing is that they could. like everything fits in here. Now the thing is, first we lost the little black cardboard box inside the box, and now we're missing the box entirely, because as you will see here, this is not a normal bundle. Like, you don't have a storage case, it's just a weird box. So what's in the box? What's in the box? We have a special oversized Nightmare bundle, glow-in-the-dark spin-down life counter, which, mind you, it looks way cooler in the photo than it looks in person, and it looks cool in person, but you will see. It has 6 14-card Duskmourn House of Horror play boosters, so they keep insisting on doing the whole actual bundle booster number in letters, and then in numbers the cards, so that you get confused. So it only has 6 as opposed to the 9 that or the 8 that we get now. But you get 2 collector boosters, which is interesting to say the least. Now, this is more expensive than normal bundles, so it's not like they're giving them for free. Plus, you get the usual 20 lands, and a very interesting thing, instead of getting a promo, you get 2 promos, but since this is Modern Wizards, of course, they made this into some loot gacha thing, again, because you get 1 of 3 borderless cards with art by Team Jacobus. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Jacobus, which, if you don't know, is the artist from the covers of the Goosebumps books. So, great memories right there. And 1 of 3 exclusive movie poster cards. So you get 1 of 3 and 1 of 3. So double randomizer there. I don't know who is going to buy a lot of this, try to get the collection. It's pointless, just buy the singles, right? So thank you, Wizards, I guess. More randomness inside the bundle. And then it has the Duskmourn House of Horror Nightmare bundle deck box. It has a deck box. Instead of having a storage box, it comes with a deck box, which is interesting. You will see 2 reference cards, the crazy reference cards, and 3 double-sided movie posters, which we'll see in a second because I truly don't understand this. So this one only opens on one side and is interesting because this may be the one bundle that you want to open carefully. Because normally, if you are in this channel, for a while, if you're not, welcome. If you are, subscribe, bitch. So basically, you know that this happens, right? You try to open it, and if you do it too fast, it can be a tragedy. If you do it too slow, it can be a tragedy. If there is the authenticity sticker there, it will be a tragedy, right? So you have to do your best to not peel it too much, although in my case, that ship has already sailed. So don't be like me. Try to do it the best way you can. Why? I will show you why in a second. You can already see here. This is pretty interesting. This one has a tab for you to pull. Weird, but it is what it is. Very compact. I love the cardboard design that they have at Wizards of the Coast, if anything. Right? And why do I say that this one is important? Because for once, and for reasons that we will see in seconds, I guess, this thing actually reseals. So see, this tab goes in here. So punch in there, do this, and there you go. Reseal, and you have your little TV, which you can put things in there. Which, I don't know who is responsible for these at Wizards, but between this and the pre-release, that I even had a great comment of someone commenting that they actually made a house decoration, like a little paper house with the pre-release video. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like there's the video, like, or down there in the description. When we open the pre-releases, and this one is actually a TV or like a display or something, so that's interesting. Now the box itself, this one is kind of smashed for some reason, even though you saw that the box was perfectly okay. But you can actually pull this, right? So this is the Duskmourn TV card. It's what it is, right? Like, I don't know if you can hear it. Is that type of thing. Is that type of material. So basically it's like, it's a very, very cool thing, which I guess that the idea, right? I guess that the main idea, although this is a problem, like, don't be like me. I try my best, but the sticker is what it is. So I guess it doesn't matter, it's all cardboard, right? So, but I guess that the idea is that you put it again like this, right? But the problem is, as you can see already, when you do this, it's not like maybe you can have it as a background and then have something in there, but I don't know what, because it's not like you can display cards. Maybe just a figure or something. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Well, maybe if you put this black thing inside again, you can do it. It's like, yes, and And maybe that's what Wizards intends with a new way of storage box, because like you can like store cards in here, and but because basically here you have the posters, right? It comes with 3 posters, which is crazy. And then see, so you could put the card here, put this in there again, I guess. The deck box. The deck box is an interesting conversation we're going to have in a second, and the spin down die. So it's a very weird cardboard contraption that they have here, but it's interesting nonetheless. The die, this is what I meant when I said the die is going to look, let me just cover the face of this boy because it's killing the autofocus. The die is what I mean when I said, like, it looks cooler in the box, right? Like, yes, they make it look like it's going to shine radioactive green. It doesn't, right? Like, is this half, see, like, this is the actual color of the die. It's cool. It's very similar to the normal Duskmourn one, which I don't have any problems with. See, like, this is the normal bundle one. This is the glow-in-the-dark one. You can see how it's going. And there's a theme here. So I don't mind when they are similar. I actually like it when they have, like, an ongoing theme. It's like the Lord of the Rings ones. It's like the normal one and the gift bundle one. It's, almost the same, but not really. So I really like it when they have, like, a special, like, a familiarity to it, I will say. So you have the die. The box. What's in the box? There, that's the box. And now the posters. The posters are a funny thing, right? Because, I mean, maybe I am old. Let me know. But the posters are not bad. Actually, the posters are basically the cards that you could get as the promos, right? So, like, you have this one, which is for Goryo's Vengeance, which I realize now I may need to, like, pull back the camera. First time for the channel, you see this happen. So, return target legendary creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. The creature gains haste. So, these cards that are made into, like, horror movie posters, which I don't have anything against. I just don't like. This applies to Secret Lairs as well. It's like, it's not that I hate them. It's just that I don't like them very much because the art is great. At least this one, the cost is clearly readable, but which is very good. But then you have to, like, half of the card is there, and then exile at the beginning of the end step. It's like, it's not the most difficult one to read. Like the Lord of the Rings metal, like heavy metal ones and so on. Those were horrible to read. But yeah, you can even, if you only have this copy of the card and you don't know it, you can even forget things like pay 2 and 1 black, splice onto Arcane, and then instant Arcane, right? Like, it's like, sorry, what? And then on the other side, you have the art from Team Jacobus, right? So, and you can see this is like his style, right? Like from Goosebumps. So, those are the cards that you can get. So it's nice in terms of you can actually see the cards that you could get, and then you get one of each. But, and this is what I'm saying, like, maybe I'm old, let me know, but who uses this? Like, this applies to video game collector's editions and stuff like that. When they come with posters, right? Like this one, Living Death, is almost like, the font is like I get it, Living Dead, but it's like, bro, and this other side for Team Jack was like, I don't. It's like, okay, thank you that it comes with posters, I guess, but I'm gonna tell you, if the cost of paper, because it is cost of paper, Wizard, for just, instead of doing this, just give me another card, maybe. And what? Why? Not because I'm like a money chasing, crazy person or anything, but. This one's kind of sick, and it's the easiest one to read because of the way that the illustration is set up. Like, everything is here. Whenever Arkham of Cruelty, which is interesting that it uses the name in the description, and then target opponent sacrifices a creature, a planeswalker, and then you draw a card and gain 3 life. That's very good in terms of, like, that. This is the easiest one to read. It's just that what I'm supposed to do with a folded poster. You know what I mean? Like, when I was younger, yes, I will, like, because this is not a product for young people. This is the thing that I'm like, I go crazy over. Like, maybe it's because it's like a nostalgic kind of vibe to it. Maybe it's like, oh, it comes with movie posters, like when you were a kid, and 80s. Woo, is like, I guess, but like trust me, whoever is going to buy this is not a kid. Like that thing is like, I don't know, 60, 80, 70 bucks, depends on the country. Maybe 100 even. Like, it's not a kid that is going to go to the store and be like, "Oh, mom, please get me to the night." It's like, no, like maybe, but no. It's likely like old people like me that are just going to go to the store or like to the LGS or Amazon or whatever, or like online or whatever the hell, and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy that because you like the theme or you like magic or whatever." And then you get these posters and like, I mean, no offense, but what am I supposed to do with this? Like, if they were rolled up, which I understand that they wouldn't fit as easily here. Like if they will be like rolled up, I could just actually frame them or like stick them into the wall. But like what I'm supposed to do with these folding marks, like iron it, because again, the only way I know to get rid of these marks is to iron the poster. Not joking. You can actually iron it very softly, with like lowest possible heat settings. And like try, and you know, basically you have to like turn it on and then turn it off so that you don't burn the paper and just go over it. Like it kind of works, but it's shitty. Like, does anyone know a better way of like getting rid of like this? Because I think it's impossible. Like the paper is even branded already with lack of like the print already went. So I don't know. I okay, cool. I like the art. The art is fucking great. Don't get me wrong, but. I'm supposed to do with folded posters. I don't get it. Now for la piece de résistance, the deck box. So the deck box is kind of cool. It has this, but it's kind of bad at the same time, right? So first is the paper deck box. So don't get your horses. So if you were like, oh, I get it, it's expensive because it's like an Ultra Pro deck box, you know, the cheap ones. It's like, no, it's cardboard. It's like not even a glimpse of plastic, but you know, it has a nice treatment and it has this, you know, old school vibe. It actually is funny because it tries to emulate like VHS tapes, right? Like two together, which is kind of weird. And to be honest, it's like, wouldn't you like, you know, just like do like a fat one? I understand the proportions will be okay, but like, and you have all the boosters here, right? But like. And then it's like, you know, oh, it's like a movie. That's great. But I don't get it. Actually, it feels more nostalgic, not because of the VHS aesthetic, but because of the old deck boxes that we had when Magic was not a popular thing. Like, you know, with all the, like, it was like cardboard deck boxes, or like very cheap plastic deck boxes, all screwed up, and, you know, like because of use, actually. So it's more nostalgic because of that than because of the art. The deck box is just a paper deck box. I hope that this is not the new normal, because this in no way feels like it should replace the actual storage box from a bundle. It doesn't seem to be the case because Foundations comes with a normal one, but you know how Wizards goes. They introduce a new thing, and since it's a printing machine, like everything is already set up in the train to come out like 7 weeks later. Normally the next set doesn't have the changes, but then the one after it does, right? I guess it's to give them some time to fix it in case people react badly to it. But yeah, it's a paper deck box. Fun fact, it's not like it holds, like, you will assume it's like, well, I guess it holds a commander. Like, it does, but not double sleeve, obviously, and maybe single sleeved. I don't have a single sleeved commander deck, but I can tell you that if you grab a card, right, like, see, double sleeve, it fits perfectly. Like, it has a lot of room in terms of width, so that's not the problem. The problem is you know, in terms of depth. So it really comes down to what you want to put in here. I guess it's okay, like, you know, if you want to like if you have a deck of proxies and you don't care, this works. So deck box is okay. Like, deck box is in the same department as the paper, as the posters, I guess. It's like, thank you, I guess, but why? Like, I mean, again, no offense, but it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, thank you, I guess. Like, I don't know. So far, Spin Don't Die, the best thing. So you get the Nightmare bundle, 2 collector boosters, and the boosters, right? We wanted to open this now like in faster fashion because the critique was to the thing itself. And you get the pack of lands, which comes in a nice paper wrapper, together with the unmissable reference cards or go-to guys. Let's go. The day they remove these ones, because everyone shits on this so much, the day they remove these ones, people are going to still cry about them. I'm going to be one of them. I'm going to be like, oh, Wizards, come on, you couldn't give 2 cards in your booster. And it's like in every video I say like this shit is pointless. But still, that's the nature of consumers, I guess. So 4 of each in foil, full arts, right? So full art lands. So not bad. No, we already kind of saw this when opening Duskmourn and stuff in the previous videos, which if you just saw because you're subscribed to the channel, right? So let's see. Let's start with the soft stuff and then with the cool stuff, because I'm a tease. So fun. So, do you see how fast the booster was cracked? Okay, take a mental note of that, because it's going to be funny in a second. Flesh Borrower, unable to scream, fear of immobility. Like, it's a shame, the thing with this set, because I actually like this set a lot in terms of like names, creatures, visual themes, not abusing some archetypes and so on. The problem is it's not Bloomborrow, right? Line of Mutation, let's go. Lakeside Shack, Baseball Bat in foil, and a Spirit Token. Next. See, like, almost like paper. And it's funny because the one reason why, you know, we don't have paper wrappers for the boosters is because Wizards, understandably so, and any company really. First, like shiny wrappers are more effective to your brain, right? Because you go like, ooh, shiny. So that works. But the real reason, come back wrong. Let's go. Very good commander removal. Another one, bites the dust, but not foil. Fear of Isolation in foil. And an art card. Boy, I miss those. Nice art. What is it? Damnation with Masahiro Ito. Nice. It's because, I mean, if you could see through, you know what's going to happen, right? A bunch of people are going to buy boxes, try to see through, get the ones that they had the cards that they want, and then sell the others to people that don't cheat, basically. So not optimal, but you know, Wizards already has a series of countermeasures in place for these. For example, have you realized how the expensive cards are not the last ones, but you know, second to last, and you always have the foil in the middle, so it's like more difficult to see, unless the expensive one is the foil, which you know. But so Enduring Courage, not bad. Land, so you have a 1 card and you have the foil, which in this case is Kona Rescue Beastie in foil, and then you have the token. So you have, what was a manifest one? Like they gave me like double side token. Crazy, Wizards, instead of an ad. Thank you very much, Wizards, for not giving me an ad for something that I already bought from you. Possessed Goat, Most Valuable Slayer, Cracked Skull. Say its name. Piranha Fly. Piranha. Oh my god. Or it's Piranha or Piranha. Or the Piranha. Trapped in the Screen. Betrayer's Bargain. Exorcise. Get Out. Great movie. Restricted Office Lecture Hall. Good card. Abandoned Campground, which is a great playmat that I think we already use in this channel, because the art is great. So I love it when lands get some love, because again, ooh, nice. Because a lot of, I don't know, I think I say this like every 5 videos I say this on Magic the Gathering. It's like I think that lands, ironically, are the thing that people care the less. Like when people pull lands like and they throw them away, but they're quintessential. Like the problem is that we always use the same lands, so no one cares about the ones that we have, right? But without lands, you can't play. If you're mana choked, you can't play. Like period, right? Like that's how it is. Like end of game. So you need the lands. And when people don't like it is because it's like, oh, I don't want to like make room for lands in my cool things. Like, but you need them. Ooh, course record. But like, you need it. You need this, whether you like it or not, because otherwise you don't get there, right? So that's the thing that I like. But then no one cares about the art, which is because it's like, lands. And then, funny enough, some of the most expensive cards in Magic the Gathering, if not all the expensive cards in Magic the Gathering, are mana fixers. So mana rocks, or like Jeweled Lotus, which, rip in peace, but like Jeweled Lotus was a mana fixer, which, Black Lotus is a mana fixer. And all the dual lands that are very expensive. Why they are so expensive? Because they give you 2 colors to your choice without any downsides. And that's incredibly powerful, because any other double land or dual land has a downside or some condition. Doesn't it? Prop room, not bad. Ooh, Doomsday Excruciator. Cool. I love that the demons are like blah, 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 like very expensive and very crazy. And then, some of them are very good, and some of them are just like, It's just expensive for the sake of expensive. But then you have these lines, like Rakus Carnival, like enters unless you have 13 or less murder. That's bad. And locked doors for, the doors. Now, for the rooms. Now we have 2 collector boosters. Let's see what's up. It's crazy how the autofocus keeps going off just because you can see part of the face of this thing, which is crazy to me. You can, I guess you're thinking, well, just turn off the autofocus. It's like, I would, but not at this point in the video. So, remember how easy it was to open those boosters? Check this out. Like, look at that. Look at that, boy. Look at that. Because it is expensive cardboard. So, ironically, no one cares. No one cares. Like, no one cares about the first cards because there are commons and uncommons in foil. And because everything is foil, all the value of foils just doesn't matter anymore because you can just get foils. So it's not like it's a rare, iconic unicorn thing. So starting from the land is when people start caring. So, Forest in foil. Razorkin Needlehead. So, not bad. Has first strike during your turn. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Razorkin Needlehead deals 1 damage to them. Not bad for double red. Formless Genesis. Okay, this is from the Commander decks. I recognize it. Unstoppable Slasher. Cool. Although I hate this showcase treatment so much. I get it, like TV. Like the whole box for this bundle is a TV, but still, damn. Meat Hook Massacre 2. Okay, let's go. Again, I hate the showcase treatment. And Ghostly Dancers in foil. See, in this one, it kind of doesn't look that bad because it kind of matches and has the lines and so on, but I don't really like the treatment. I'm sorry, people. And Primo, the Indivisible, a foil token, which is necessary for the Simone card. Okay, not bad. Now, collector booster number 2. Warrior Watchdog, Glass Works and Piranha Fly, Trapped in the Screen, Underwater Tunnel, Slimy Aquarium, Midnight Mayhem, Scrabbling Skullcrab. Let's play a game. Glimmer Seeker. See, like references like that, I don't mind. See, it's like, oh, it's like so, haha, right? It's like I don't mind that much. When it's like a visual reference that's kind of sneaky, I like it. But when it's like as long as it makes sense within the theme, right? Grievous Wound, not bad. Demonic Covenant from the decks. Good card. Demonic Council, so a lot of demons in this one. Demonic Council, not bad too. Ooh, Doomsday Excruciator. which we pulled, but this one is in the glasses reflection thing. I know what you're thinking. It's like, oh well, cool art, right? But then what's up? Like you're saying I don't like the 80s thing and the survivors, but then I was like, oh, I like this art because it's reflected on sunglasses. Like, well, because this is making the best out of a bad thing, in my opinion. Like this is a very horror film thing. Although here you can see the demon pretty well, so not as scary. But in this one, I was exactly thinking about this one, for example. In this one, you can see the creature that well. And that's what makes it scary as hell and great, right? Like Silent Hall Creeper. And I think the art just gets it, right? Like the person is laying there. Like it's not, this one is not bad. At the end of the day, you want to see the creature, right? But if the theme is horror, you want to kind of see the creature. And if the idea is like reflection in someone else's glasses, now this is art. Great card and a treasure token that is also a shard token. And last but not least, the Nightmare bundle. So it's basically 2 cards in a very thin, and those cards are based on the poster. So the first one that we get is Living Death. Okay, not bad. It's kind of the art that like resonates the most to me, although not the easiest one to read. I think that the easiest one to read and the more like magic-like is the Archon of Horror or whatever it's called. But see, like the card is not bad. Like the foil is in just the right place. The card is kind of cool. It's just very difficult to read. Like the other one is easier because the cost is in the normal place. Whenever they move the costs or the text, it's like because I mean, when it's your card and you're used to it, it doesn't matter. You know how much it costs, and it's a sorcery and so on. But when your opponent needs to read it, it's like, how much does it cost? I was like, okay, is it like an instant? It's like, no, it's a sorcery. It's like, okay, like there's a reason why the magic system is what it is. Like the only reason, and again, the art is great. Like not shitting on the artist, which is called Josh Newton, but. Like the art is freaking great, but magic, like Universes Beyond, only works, and the only reason like Final Fantasy is coming, even though Final Fantasy has a card game, Marvel is coming, even though we had the versus system, and Disney has a card game, and Marvel is Disney, is because the Magic the Gathering system is what it is. It's a computer pretty much. It's very robust, so that also applies visually, right? So I get wanting multiple versions of cards and foil versions of cards and so on, but when it interferes with reading the card, you can't explain the card, because if you can read it, you can explain it. So it is what it is. Again, not shitting the artist, the card is freaking beautiful. Like there's a reason why it's a poster. It's a shame. Like if those posters wouldn't be like all folded, I would 100% just put them in my wall. But I guess if Cardamagics sold stuff in Europe, maybe without wanting like $50 for shipping, maybe I could have like the Frame-A-Magics or whatever it is that the prof showed in one video, and I could just frame the card in the wall. But since that's not the case, I guess I will have to improvise something or just use this, right? So it is what it is. Great looking card. I had to double check. Oh, it's an all black card, so it goes here. And the other card in the style of Goosebumps is Exhume in foil. In foil. All of them are in foil. Not bad. So by the way, the set symbol, these ones are like normal looking cards, and they have the set symbol from Duskmourn Commander. At least this one. But this one, no set symbol. So good luck with that. But, not bad. Those who try to rob a grave claimed by a necromancer rarely make the same mistake twice. Very cool. So that's it, and that's the box. Now, is it worth it to buy? More or less. It's really up to personal preference, as everything is in life, right? But I feel like this is a cool product, it's a cool idea, it's a cool Halloween gimmick. And if you like horror stuff like me, it's like, thank you for this. I wish they do this for more stuff. For certain themes, like more special things, this one is perfect because it's around Halloween and so on. They released the set a month ago, and now since it's Halloween, they re-released this, so you double dip. I'm not like super duper into the TV aesthetic and so on, but I like the pack. I don't want this to become the standard though. I like my boxes, thank you very much. I like the fact that starting from a certain age in Magic the Gathering, you can just stack all your boxes from bundles with cards from that set on it, and it works, unless you have like a massive amount of cards from that bundle, in which case, I mean, it doesn't work, right? But like, if you have like the normal amount of cards from the bundle, you can just put them in those boxes, and it looks great, and it's beautiful, and it's like Magic's history right there. And then what you're gonna say? You're gonna say, oh, but bundles weren't like that before. Bundles also change. It's like, well, I'm okay with that, but like, don't take that away from me. Now, I know that what you're thinking, you will be thinking, well, if the exchange is the cardboard box for 2 collector boosters and less play boosters, then hell yes. And to that I say, remember, this thing is more expensive than an actual normal bundle, right? So like, this is not, it's not like the same price, and they did some changes. Like, I like it as a special treatment. You get 2 cool cards as a bonus. I hate it that it's random, because it's like, I'm supposed to like just buy the rest, or buy God knows how many of these. Like, this is cool to get some treatments. This is okay. This is great. This is great. The posters, I don't know what to do with them. And the deck box, to be honest, it's okay. Like, if I don't know if it fits inside a. Well, I guess it does. I guess it does. If not, put it like this. Like, if you're going to remove the cardboard, the black box inside of the bundles, then give me a deck box, I guess. Although this has to be more troublesome to assemble, right? Like, you need to print it, and someone needs to assemble it and glue it. I don't know how this is worth it, but this is cool. I don't, up to personal preference, aesthetics and so on, personal preference. So, in my opinion, cool little box, cool little detail that you can just like reclose it. If you actually manage to do it properly, to do something with it. I like that. I like the switcheroo thing in there. I like the collector boosters instead of so many play boosters, because it gives you like a different flavor. I like the spin-down die. This is always a highlight, except for like 2 sets that the spin-down die is horrible. But normally this is the cool thing. And this one shines in the dark, which sadly you can't see, because I mean, it doesn't translate. But the posters are whatever, and the deck box is kind of whatever. The promos, very cool though. Like, I think we should have more of this, even if they insist in making them like random, and like, oh, you get 1 of 3 and 1 of 3. It's like, sorry, I guess, thank you, because this is pretty cool. And it's like things that they will normally charge you for in a secret lair. So it's cool that they give it like in a product that technically is not limited run, but it is. This could be called Duskmourn House of Horrors Collector's Edition bundle. Like, it will work perfectly, right? They just call it Nightmare Bundle because whatever. Which, in their defense, and this is the last thing I will say, this goes along with a philosophy that I have for Collector's Edition, which is sometimes maybe it should be better to just release the Collector's Edition after the game is released, because you play the game, you love the game, and you're like, oh man, I'm so buying the extra stuff for the game, right? Because you love the game. Because a lot of times you buy the game for hype, and you buy into the collector's edition or whatever because of hype, if it's not established saga, and you trust the director and so on. So you buy the thing, and then the game is meh, and you're like, oh man, that sucks. And the same happens with Magic. So a month and something passed, so technically you already know Duskmourn, you know what it's there, and you're like, man, I love that set, I will buy this. That's cool. The problem is that this is Wizards of the Coast, so if you didn't pre-order this before Duskmourn released, likely you didn't get it. So, however, some stores have excess stock from it for this, because my expectation is that what happened is that people had some pre-orders, and then they opened and they saw all the cards from Duskmourn and so on, and they were like, okay, and they canceled it. So, but to me, it's pretty cool. I don't know if it's for everyone. I think it's kind of cool. Just buy one. Don't be like me and buy multiple ones. So, thank you very much. I hope you had a great time, a spooky time, and I hope to see you next time on the channel that you already like, subscribed, and spooked by, which is PAX and Recreation. Bye.